Victor Hugo said, "To learn to read is to light a fire." All children have the right to learn to read and to feel the warmth from that fire. Some children will take to reading like ducks to water. The vast majority will benefit from instruction, encouragement, and support. And a group of children will struggle along the way. Hello, I'm Dr. Maggie Marmon. I'm a psychologist by profession, and I've worked in the field of learning disabilities in one form or another since the late 1970s. Currently, I'm the chair of the Learning Disabilities Association of Ottawa-Carleton, and it's on their behalf that I'm here to introduce to you today a very exciting new program that we're sponsoring that is geared to helping educators and parents support their children in the very beginnings of the reading process. The program is called IMPACT, which stands for Intervention Model with Practical Applications for Classroom Teachers. It's produced and presented by Heather Desjardins, who is an educator and the founder and director of the Open Door Educational Services. The program consists of 3 35-minute video sessions that focus on identifying risk factors in young children, in providing some background into some evidence-based programming that has been used successfully in order to prevent some later reading problems, and also to provide a broad range of strategies that can be used in a regular classroom, at home, or anywhere where someone is trying to help a child with basic fundamentals of literacy without any additional training and without any purchase of any materials.
Our goals for this program, there's 3 of them. Number 1, to understand the basic foundations required for reading success. Number 2, to learn how to identify those who are at risk of reading failure. That's going to be including some of those warning signs. And then number 3, how do we employ evidence-based in-class strategies to help these students without requiring access to special programs or materials? So there's phonological awareness and phonemic awareness. So we're just going to take a moment here to understand the difference between them. The ability to rhyme, that's all under that phonological awareness. Now, if you narrow that down and fine-tune, that's when you get into phonemic awareness. Just to lay this out as a foundation, you've got your phonological awareness. That's your base, and it's an auditory skill, understanding language being made up of chunks of sound. Then your phonemic awareness, we've fine-tuned it in a little more. We're getting into the individual phonemes or letter sounds, being able to blend those or break them apart for words. Once those 2 are solidly in place, then we can take those sounds and assign letters to them, and essentially that's phonics. All right, let's take a moment and look at assessing, teaching, and practicing. 3 very different things. However, sometimes they can be treated as being somewhat interchangeable, but they really aren't. So just as an example, we are told that if a student is having trouble reading, tell them to practice more, go home every night and read 20 minutes at home. But what that is more practice. It's not actually teaching the struggling student how to read. If your student is having comprehension difficulties, we are told to give them more texts and ask them more comprehension questions. But again, that's not teaching the skill of comprehension to the student. That's just testing their comprehension ability. So assessing, practicing, and teaching. Out of the 3 of them, assessing and practicing are the ones that are the most closely related. For example, with that rhyming, what are 2 words that rhyme? Let's make up a poem. Let's play a rhyming game. What rhymes with dog? You could be asking them these questions as an assessment, and them answering it is them practicing the skill. Or you could be doing these as little practice activities and just noticing how they're doing is your informal assessment. But if it comes to rhyming and teaching, instead of these type of activities, you're going to want to explicitly teach how you rhyme in a very logical and rules-based way for the students that aren't just picking it up automatically. So in this case, you would say, this is what rhyming is. The first sound in the word changes, the other sounds stay the same. So cat rhymes with hat because the second part of the word stays the same and the first sound is changing. So if a student is not sure how many syllables or where to break up a syllable, the humming or the robot talk technique works quite nicely. So some games for segmenting. One is the name jump. So to do this in your classroom, you're going to label each of the 4 walls. The word man has 3 sounds. What's the first sound in man? And then make it a little more challenging by removing the step where you segment the word for them.
If you've enjoyed this Taste of Impact and would like to learn more about it or find out how to access it for your own use, please contact us at our email address, which is programs@ldaottawa.com. Thank you very much for listening, and we do hope that you share our excitement about the possibilities that this program presents to all young children.